Club lesson number 9, God longs to free us from sin. In your club supply bag, you're going to see that we've provided you with a blue Whiz Kids cinch pack, which is going to represent a backpack, and also a plastic baggie that's going to have word cards in it. They're going to be a set of red cards and a set of blue cards, negative words and positive words. You will separate those for the club lesson. And there's also going to be 4 or 5 uninflated balloons in your club bag. What we need you to provide will be some from your backyard or a local park. Heavy rocks, good sized rocks, I would say about 4, maybe 5 rocks that you can use for the lesson. And also maybe your own grocery bag that once you use your air to fill these balloons, you can put them inside so kids can't see what's coming up. So for club time, prior to the start of club, you need to blow up your balloons and write some words on there. It's going to be important that you don't blow them up too full because they won't fit in your cinch pack if you do. So this is about a good size for the balloon, and you want to write the words in the club lesson. There's words like forgiveness, words like joy, love, and mercy. Okay, so have those blown up ahead of time, and then have your blue positive note cards together with these balloons, and set those aside for club time later. What you're going to do when you start club time, before the kids come up, you're going to take the rocks, put them inside of the backpack, along with the negative or sin note cards, the red ones. Okay, have those scattered inside the backpack as well. Cinch it up, set it off to the side. Now you're ready to start your club lesson. You're going to talk to the kids about one of their favorite things, their backpacks. How many of you kids wear backpacks to school? Pretty much all of them do. How does it feel? Does it feel heavy? Could you run a race wearing your backpack? And you know there'll be boys that say, yes, I can be really fast. And then you say, but does it weigh you down? I mean, could you be faster if you didn't have the backpack on? And what about when you get home from school? Oh, doesn't it feel so good to just take that backpack off and be free? We're going to talk about that today, but let me invite up our star of the week. Invite up your star of the week and say, okay, our star of the week's going to wear this heavy backpack, okay? So put it on them. And you're going to say, while you're wearing that, know that that heavy backpack stands for our lives, okay? And I'm going to share a passage from the book of Romans that talks about how sin can weigh us down in our lives and keep us from feeling free. This Bible verse is from Romans chapter 3, and it says, there is no one who looks to God for help. All have turned away. Whew, that sounds heavy to me. I mean, is that how God thinks we should live our lives? Not looking to him for help, weighed down, not feeling free? No, he sent his son Jesus so that we wouldn't have to feel that way. So Jesus invites us to choose him. And when we choose him, we choose freedom. And he can take this heaviness and this sin away from us. In fact, take the backpack off your student, open it up and say, let's go ahead and hand over or dump out all of that sin in our lives to him. What does that look like? I mean, that can look like when we feel guilt for doing things we know we shouldn't do, or we're ashamed of things we may have done or said, or things that separate us from God when we're jealous of people or things, or greedy and we only think of ourselves. And you'll go through the word cards and how heavy that feels. And just say, oh, miss, it feels so good to just dump all that out and be rid of it. Thank you, Jesus, for taking that from me. I do feel better. I do feel lighter. But, in fact, it's empty. Does Jesus want us to live our lives feeling empty? I don't think so. That's when you do your pair share question. And it's going to be, if we've chosen to give our sin over to him, over to God, over to Jesus, what good things might God want to fill up our lives with? Go ahead and pair share about that. What good things would God like to fill our life up with? So let them come up with some different ideas. And they'll come up with some of the ones that you have and say, well, I think you're right. Those are great ideas. I know that he would love us to fill our life with joy and things like forgiveness for other people and things like love, loving others and loving ourselves, and things like mercy. You know, sometimes we don't get things we should get, as in we aren't getting consequences for things we get in trouble for that we should. That's having mercy. But there's other good things that some of you kids listed as well. He wants us to have hope. And he wants us to have promises and friends and peace. Go through those different items and load them up. Okay? Then say, I want to invite our volunteer back up now. Now, I want you to put this backpack on. How does this feel different? So light and so airy and so nice. So if God added more blessings to it, which he can, the peace and the hope and the promises and the friendship, go through that. Does that weigh us down, or does it help us feel lighter? That's right. So there is a Bible verse you can share from John, verse 8:36, and it says, if the Son, Jesus, sets you free, you are free indeed. So we might not look different on the outside once we have Jesus. It still looks like a pack full that could be heavy. But how it feels and looks and how we feel and look on the inside makes a tremendous difference. Sometimes these lessons can go pretty quick, and if they do, go ahead and have a popcorn prayer where you let kids say different things they want to include in their prayer time, or you can always have a couple of songs handy to sing, or if you're a driving site and you can just send kids home and out the door a few minutes early, that's a good thing too.